Bing Crosby, known for his velvety voice and timeless hits like White Christmas, seemed to lead a charmed life with his remarkably successful career. However, the shocking revelations about his personal struggles shattered the illusion of perfection, leaving his fans deeply saddened. The tragic truth behind Crosby's seemingly idyllic life, as revealed by his sons, paints a grim picture of familial discord and suffering, ultimately leading to the untimely deaths of two of his children. Join us on a journey to uncover the haunting truth of Bing Crosby and the shadows that lurk beneath the surface of his legacy. In the whirlwind days leading up to his untimely demise in October 1977, Bing Crosby found himself swept into a flurry of activity that characterized his relentless commitment to his craft and his unyielding passion for life. Amidst the autumnal backdrop, Crosby's schedule was packed with engagements that would have left even the most seasoned performer breathless. Embarking on a rigorous 2-week tour, he traversed the country, bringing his signature charm and mellifluous voice to adoring audiences night after night. His performances were not merely concerts, but enchanting experiences, where timeless melodies intertwined with his magnetic stage presence to create unforgettable moments for all who were fortunate enough to bear witness. Not content with merely gracing stages on his home turf, Crosby crossed the Atlantic to enchant music lovers in London with a spellbinding concert performance. His transcendent voice echoed through the hallowed halls, captivating the hearts of fans in a performance that would linger in their memories for years to come. Between rehearsals and recordings, Crosby found himself in front of the camera lens, capturing moments of his iconic presence for posterity. The photo shoot, a whirlwind affair of flashing lights and artistic direction, sought to encapsulate the essence of the man whose voice had become synonymous with a golden era of music. Yet amidst the glitz and glamour, tragedy struck when Crosby's London apartment fell victim to a brazen break-in and robbery. Despite the shock and upheaval, he remained resolute, refusing to let the incident dampen his spirits. The very next day, undeterred by the events of the previous night, Crosby took to the golf course, finding solace and sanctuary in the familiar rhythm of the sport he loved. As if scripted by fate, Crosby soon found himself bound for Spain, eager to indulge in his twin passions of hunting and golfing. Anticipation hung in the air as he prepared for a 4-day escapade filled with the thrill of the chase and the camaraderie of fellow sportsmen. Yet destiny, cruel and capricious, had other plans. Tragically, Crosby's journey was cut short before it truly began, leaving behind unfulfilled dreams of bird hunts and the poignant reminder of a $700 outfit, a poignant symbol of aspirations never realized. In his last interview, conducted with a poignant sense of finality, Crosby spoke with a twinkle in his eye as he recounted the memories of working alongside luminaries such as Grace Kelly and Frank Sinatra in high society. With a voice tinged with nostalgia and reverence, he confessed that the film held a unique place in his heart, declaring it his favorite among all the roles he had ever portrayed. For Crosby, the experience of bringing the character to life on screen was not merely another notch in his illustrious career, but a deeply gratifying moment that resonated with him on a profound level. Little did Crosby know that his trip, intended as a respite from the rigors of his demanding schedule, would tragically be cut short by the cruel hand of fate. As he stepped onto the verdant expanse of the golf course, surrounded by the tranquil beauty of nature, there were no ominous omens or foreboding signs to herald the impending tragedy. No one could have predicted the sudden and swift onset of the heart attack that would claim his life in a heartbeat, leaving those around him stunned and grief-stricken. In a cruel twist of fate, Crosby's final moments were devoid of pain or suffering, as if the universe had granted him a merciful reprieve from the agony of mortality. With his characteristic grace and poise, he collapsed onto the lush green grass, his final words echoing in the hushed silence of the golf course. "Let's go have a Coca-Cola." It was a simple yet poignant utterance, a testament to his enduring zest for life and his unwavering commitment to finding joy in even the most ordinary of moments. Behind the facade of domestic bliss and paternal warmth that Bing Crosby meticulously crafted for public consumption lay a darker reality, one marred by allegations of abuse and dysfunction that shattered the carefully cultivated image of familial harmony. While Crosby basked in the adoration of fans and the admiration of peers, his son Gary would later unveil a harrowing narrative of suffering and anguish, revealing the fractured dynamics that lurked beneath the surface of their seemingly idyllic home. In the glossy pages of magazines and newspapers, Bing Crosby often posed alongside his family, portraying an image of domestic tranquility and paternal affection. These carefully orchestrated photo spreads served as a testament to Crosby's meticulous image management, reinforcing the narrative of a loving husband and doting father. Yet, the truth, as Gary Crosby would later attest, was far more sinister. In his candid and deeply personal memoir, Going My Own Way, published in 1983, Gary shattered the illusion of his father's benevolence, laying bare the grim reality of his childhood. According to Gary, behind closed doors, Bing Crosby was anything but the loving and nurturing figure the public adored. Instead, he wielded his power with a heavy hand, subjecting his son to a relentless barrage of mental and physical abuse. Gary recounted a childhood marked by fear and intimidation, where his father's disapproving and cold demeanor cast a pall over their home. He described Bing and their mother, Dixie Lee, as tyrants who ruled with an iron fist, imposing strict rules and regulations that governed every aspect of their children's lives. Gary claimed that he and his siblings lived in perpetual fear, their existence overshadowed by the constant threat of punishment for even the most minor transgressions. The allegations detailed in Gary's memoir painted a chilling portrait of domestic torment, with incidents of humiliation and abuse punctuating his formative years. According to Gary, the Crosby household was a crucible of misery, where violence and cruelty were commonplace, and the specter of alcoholism loomed large. Indeed, Gary attributed his own struggles with alcoholism, as well as those of his brothers, to the toxic environment fostered by Bing and Dixie Lee. He described a cycle of trauma and addiction that reverberated through their family, leaving a legacy of pain and dysfunction in its wake. Yet, amidst the darkness, there were moments of fleeting respite and fleeting moments of love. Gary's memoir served as both a reckoning and a catharsis, allowing him to confront the demons of his past and reclaim agency over his own narrative. The bond shared between brothers Dennis and Lindsay Crosby transcended the glitz and glamour of their famous father's legacy, forged instead in the quiet solidarity of shared experiences and mutual understanding. United by traits of humility and meekness, the Crosby siblings navigated the complexities of their family's storied history with a steadfast resilience that belied the challenges they faced. Lindsay Crosby, in particular, found solace in the comforting embrace of his brotherhood, leaning on the unwavering support of Dennis as he grappled with the harsh realities of a faltering acting career. Despite their close relationship, Lindsay's aspirations in Hollywood failed to materialize, leaving him to rely on his mother's inheritance from her oil investments to sustain himself financially. The brothers lived comfortably for a time, buoyed by the financial security afforded by their mother's inheritance. However, the specter of financial uncertainty loomed ominously on the horizon, as they grappled with the sobering reality that their resources were finite and their future uncertain. Unlike their father's vast fortune, which had been meticulously safeguarded in a trust beyond their reach, Lindsay and Dennis found themselves confronting the harsh truth of their own precarious financial circumstances. The news of their limited access to their father's wealth came as a devastating blow, shattering whatever semblance of security they had managed to cling to. For Lindsay, in particular, the revelation served as a catalyst for a descent into darkness, plunging him into the depths of despair and hopelessness. Faced with the crushing weight of financial insecurity and the stark realization that his dreams had eluded him, Lindsay found himself ensnared in a downward spiral of depression and self-destructive behavior. Turning to alcohol as a coping mechanism, he sought refuge from the relentless onslaught of his inner demons, only to find himself consumed by the suffocating grip of addiction. Tragically, Lindsay's battle with his inner demons would ultimately culminate in a devastating act of desperation, as he succumbed to the overwhelming despair that had plagued him for so long. In a final, desperate bid to escape the suffocating grip of his despair, Lindsay Crosby took his own life, leaving behind a shattered family and a legacy tainted by the unrelenting grip of tragedy. The devastating loss of Lindsay Crosby sent shockwaves rippling through the Crosby family, leaving Dennis in particular reeling from the profound void left by his beloved brother's absence. United by an unbreakable bond forged in the crucible of shared experiences and mutual understanding, the siblings had navigated life's trials and tribulations together, finding solace and strength in each other's unwavering support. Yet, in the aftermath of Lindsay's tragic death, Dennis found himself grappling with a grief so profound, it threatened to engulf him entirely. Struggling to make sense of the incomprehensible loss, he descended into the depths of despair, his spirit battered and bruised by the relentless onslaught of sorrow and anguish. For Dennis, the pain of his brother's passing cut deeper than words could convey, gnawing away at his very soul and leaving him adrift in a sea of sorrow. As he wrestled with his demons, he found solace in the numb embrace of alcohol, seeking refuge from the unbearable weight of his grief in the comforting haze of intoxication. In one of his final conversations with his ex-wife Arlene, Dennis bared his soul, revealing the depths of his anguish and despair in heartbreaking candor. He confided in her, lamenting that no one truly understood the agony he was enduring, and acknowledging that he could empathize with the darkness that had consumed Lindsay in his final moments. As the days stretched into weeks and the pain of his loss refused to abate, Dennis found himself ensnared in a relentless downward spiral, his grip on reality slipping ever further away. Haunted by memories of his beloved brother and tormented by the specter of his own anguish, he grappled with the agonizing decision that would ultimately seal his fate. Less than 2 years after Lindsay's tragic demise, Dennis Crosby succumbed to the overwhelming despair that had consumed him, choosing to follow his brother into the abyss of eternity. In a chilling echo of Lindsay's final act, he took his own life, leaving behind a shattered family and a legacy tainted by the unrelenting grip of tragedy. For those who had known and loved Dennis, his death served as a sobering reminder of the profound impact of loss and the insidious nature of grief. Speculations swirled among those closest to him, with many attributing his tragic end to the unbearable weight of his brother's passing, a burden too heavy for his fragile spirit to bear. The stark contrast between the narratives presented by Nathaniel Crosby and his half-brother Gary paints a complex portrait of the legendary entertainer Bing Crosby, revealing the multifaceted nature of familial relationships and the subjective nature of memory. While Gary's memoir casts a shadow of darkness and despair over his recollections of their father, Nathaniel emerges as a staunch defender of Bing's legacy, offering a perspective steeped in love and reverence. For Nathaniel Crosby, the memories of his father are bathed in a warm glow of affection and fondness, a testament to the unique bond they shared. Despite Bing's reticence to openly express his emotions and the absence of the words "I love you" in their interactions, Nathaniel harbors no doubt regarding his father's love for him. To Nathaniel, Bing may not have been effusive with his affection, but his actions spoke volumes, imbued with a quiet sincerity that resonated deeply with his son. In stark contrast to Gary's portrayal of Bing as a distant and domineering figure, Nathaniel remembers his father as a source of strength and guidance, a steadfast presence in his life who instilled in him values of integrity, perseverance, and compassion. While acknowledging that Bing was not without his flaws, Nathaniel adamantly refutes the notion that his father was the monster depicted in Gary's book, insisting that the reality was far more nuanced and complex. Despite the passage of time and the differing perspectives that color their recollections, Nathaniel's memories of his father remain a source of solace and comfort, serving as a reminder of the enduring bond they shared. The pain of Bing's passing still lingers in Nathaniel's heart, leaving a profound void that can never be filled. Yet even in his absence, Bing's legacy endures, a testament to the indelible mark he left on the lives of those who knew and loved him. Nathaniel Crosby's reminiscences paint a vivid picture of the unique father-son bond he shared with Bing Crosby, underscored by shared moments of camaraderie and mutual admiration. Central to these cherished memories is the time spent on the golf course, where father and son forged a connection that transcended the confines of ordinary familial relationships. For Nathaniel, learning to play golf was not merely a skill to be mastered, but a pathway to forging a deeper bond with his father. As they navigated the fairways and greens together, Bing's passion for the sport became a conduit through which they could share moments of laughter, camaraderie, and shared triumphs. These outings on the golf course remain etched in Nathaniel's memory as some of his most treasured moments, imbued with a sense of warmth and belonging that transcended the boundaries of mere father-son outings. While Nathaniel acknowledges his father's demanding nature and his insistence on humility and hard work, he does so with a sense of admiration and respect. To him, Bing's expectations were not a burden to be borne, but a challenge to be embraced, a testament to his unwavering commitment to instilling values of integrity, perseverance, and resilience in his children. Despite the rigors of their upbringing, Nathaniel looks back on his father's teachings with gratitude, recognizing the profound impact they had on shaping his character and guiding his path in life. Though Nathaniel remains circumspect about the details of Bing's first marriage and the dynamics that characterized it, he maintains an unwavering belief in his father's inherent decency. While he may not have been privy to the intricacies of their family's history, Nathaniel's steadfast faith in Bing's character speaks volumes about the enduring bond they shared. To him, Bing's flaws were but shadows cast against the backdrop of a loving and supportive father, a beacon of strength and guidance in a world fraught with uncertainty. The chorus of voices defending Bing Crosby's legacy grows stronger as Philip Crosby and Harry Crosby step forward to challenge the claims made by their half-brother Gary. With a sense of righteous indignation, they refute the allegations of abuse and harsh treatment leveled against their father, adamant in their assertion that Gary's accounts are largely fabricated. Philip Crosby's perspective carries particular weight, given that he shared the same mother as Gary and grew up alongside him in the same household. His first-hand experience offers a poignant counterpoint to Gary's narrative, casting doubt on the veracity of his claims about their family life. To Philip, the notion that their father could have been capable of such cruelty is nothing short of preposterous, and he does not mince words in condemning Gary as a vicious, no-good liar. Harry Crosby, while not sharing the same mother as Gary, echoes his half-brother Philip's sentiments, dismissing Gary's accusations as baseless and unfounded. With a sense of frustration and disbelief, Harry rejects the portrayal of their father as a tyrant and abuser, emphasizing instead the loving and nurturing environment in which they were raised. For Nathaniel Crosby, the stakes are high as he endeavors to preserve and restore his father's legacy for future generations. With a deep sense of reverence and affection for Bing, Nathaniel seeks to honor his father's memory by reintroducing his iconic movies and music to new audiences, ensuring that his contributions to the world of entertainment are not forgotten. Mary Crosby's perspective adds another layer of complexity to the narrative surrounding Bing Crosby's legacy, shedding light on the motivations behind her half-brother Gary's accusations and the toll they took on their family's reputation. With a sense of indignation and frustration, Mary rejects the claims made by Gary in his book, asserting that they are exaggerated and sensationalized for the sake of publicity. In a candid revelation, Mary shares her first-hand encounter with Gary following the release of his book, during which he purportedly admitted to embellishing details at the behest of those involved in the publishing process. According to Mary, Gary's confession serves as a damning indictment of the sensationalism and opportunism that often pervade the world of literature and media, where the pursuit of profit and attention can eclipse the pursuit of truth and integrity. The revelation that Gary later apologized to the family for his actions adds a poignant twist to the narrative, underscoring the destructive impact his accusations had on Bing Crosby's reputation. By the time of Gary's apology, the damage had already been done, leaving a stain on Bing's character that would prove difficult to erase. For Mary Crosby, the repercussions of her brother's actions weigh heavily on her heart, as she grapples with the injustice of seeing her father's good name tarnished by baseless accusations. With a mixture of anger and sorrow, Mary laments the unfairness of it all, bemoaning the fact that Bing's legacy was called into question by the actions of a family member driven by greed and opportunism. Despite the turmoil and controversy surrounding Bing Crosby's legacy, Mary remains steadfast in her conviction that her father was a man of integrity and kindness. While acknowledging his reticence to openly express affection, she attests to the unwavering love and devotion he showed to his family, a sentiment echoed by many who knew him intimately. Bing's adherence to traditional family values was unwavering, as evidenced by his staunch stance on issues such as premarital cohabitation. Mary recalls how he made it clear that he would disown her if she chose to live with a man out of wedlock, a testament to his deeply ingrained beliefs and the importance he placed on upholding societal norms. Despite his strict demeanor, Mary emphasizes that Bing was always caring towards his children, demonstrating a genuine concern for their well-being and happiness. However, his approach to parenting was marked by a sense of discipline and propriety, instilling in his children a respect for authority and a strong sense of responsibility. Mary also suggests that the challenges faced by Bing's first 4 sons, including issues with anger and alcoholism, may have been influenced by their mother's struggles with alcoholism. Dixie Lee Crosby's drinking problem, both during their upbringing and possibly even while she was pregnant, could have contributed to a tumultuous family environment fraught with tension and instability. Mary Crosby's reflections provide a poignant glimpse into the inner workings of Bing Crosby's heart, revealing a man burdened by the weight of regret and longing for redemption. Despite his towering achievements in the world of entertainment, Bing's unparalleled success came at a steep cost, one that left him grappling with the painful realization that his pursuit of greatness had come at the expense of his first family. Mary speaks candidly about Bing's deep-seated regret for not being more present in the lives of his first 4 children. His meteoric rise to fame during his first marriage catapulted him into the spotlight, where the demands of his exceptional career consumed the lion's share of his time and attention. The relentless schedule of performances, recordings, and promotional appearances left little room for familial obligations, relegating his role as a father to the periphery of his life. For Bing, the toll of his mega-fame was keenly felt in the strained relationships and missed opportunities that marked his first marriage. Despite his best intentions, he found himself ensnared in a relentless cycle of commitments that frequently took him away from home, leaving his family to navigate the complexities of life without his steady presence. Mary acknowledges that Bing's singular focus on his career may have been his only sin, a testament to his unwavering dedication to his craft and the pursuit of excellence. Yet, even amidst the glitz and glamour of Hollywood, Bing's heart remained tethered to the home he had left behind, haunted by the specter of lost time and unfulfilled promises. However, as Mary attests, Bing was granted a second chance at fatherhood with his second family, a chance to rewrite the script and forge a new legacy grounded in love and devotion. By the time of his second marriage, Bing was nearing retirement, allowing him the opportunity to devote himself wholeheartedly to his role as a father. He seized this opportunity with characteristic zeal, showering his second family with love and affection, and embarking on countless adventures and experiences together. Bing Crosby's approach to parenting reflected the values of humility, simplicity, and a steadfast commitment to instilling a sense of groundedness in his children, shielded from the glitz and glamour of Hollywood. Despite his own status as an icon of the silver screen, Bing eschewed the trappings of fame and fortune, opting instead to cultivate an environment of humility and modesty within his family. Central to Bing's parenting philosophy was the importance of instilling a sense of humility in his children, ensuring that they remained grounded and unaffected by the allure of celebrity. He shielded them from the excesses of Hollywood parties and the temptations of fame, teaching them to value integrity and authenticity above all else. In the Crosby household, simplicity reigned supreme, with bedtime routines and simple rules serving as the cornerstones of their upbringing. Bing understood the dangers of indulgence and excess, and he was determined to spare his children from the pitfalls of entitlement and privilege. By instilling in them a strong work ethic and a sense of responsibility, he sought to shield them from the corrosive effects of wealth and fame. Despite his own towering achievements in the world of entertainment, Bing never sought to impose his own aspirations on his children. Instead, he shared his love for his craft with them, nurturing their talents and encouraging them to pursue their own passions and interests. His approach was rooted in love and support, fostering an environment of creativity and self-expression in which his children could thrive. Like her brother Nathaniel, Mary Crosby is dedicated to preserving and revitalizing Bing Crosby's legacy for new generations. Together, they are exploring forgotten footage, hidden gems, and other recordings that they can re-release, bringing new life to his timeless music and performances. For Mary and Bing's other living children, Christmas time holds a special significance, evoking memories of warmth, joy, and cherished moments spent together as a family. Bing Crosby's impact on the world of music is immeasurable, with his iconic single, White Christmas, selling over 50 million copies and enchanting millions of families over generations. His music remains a beloved staple of the holiday season, a timeless reminder of the power of love, joy, and togetherness. Yet, amidst the enduring legacy of his music, Bing's death, and the tragic loss of his sons Dennis and Lindsay, serve as stark reminders of the fragility of life and the unpredictable nature of fate. Their sudden and unexpected passing cast a shadow over Bing's legacy, leaving behind a sense of loss and sadness that lingers to this day. What do you think about the deaths of Bing Crosby's sons Dennis and Lindsay? Leave us your comments in the section below. We hope you have found this helpful video. Don't forget to leave a like, share, and subscribe to the channel if you like it. Thank you for watching this and see you in the next videos. Goodbye.